I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Music Theory Tuition series where I work with you step by step through the ABRSM Discovering Music Theory grades. I'll work through every single exercise and explain everything you need to know. You can access information about the books I have available to help you on my website. Go to sharonbill.com. For advert-free and longer lessons, you can become a patron at patreon.com/SharonBill. If you can give me a like, that would be super, and please do subscribe to my channel to stay updated. You can support this channel by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/SharonBill. Let's move on to a new topic. We're moving on to the Chapter 5 of the Grade 5 Discovering Music Theory workbook, looking at the topic of intervals. This is page 35 of the Grade 5 Discovering Music Theory workbook. And in essence, there is no new material here from Grade 4, and so it's a good idea to have that information in your mind. And if you go to my website, if you look at my PDF information sheet, you'll see there's a little recap of the intervals that we looked at in Grade 4, looking at all the major, minor, perfect, augmented, diminished intervals and so on. The only difference now is that we may actually now exceed an octave, but it doesn't really change anything. There may or may not be a key signature as well. However, again, that doesn't really change anything apart from just taking into consideration how that key signature may affect the notes by adding a sharp or a flat. Because we always count the lowest note as the tonic, regardless of what's gone on in the key signature or not. To work out an interval, we always think of the lowest note as the tonic. And sometimes people think, is it possible to just count the semitones to work out the intervals? And it is to a point. However, if we see here, we have a G to a C sharp, which is a 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, always counting the given note as 1. Whereas here, we're going G to D flat, which although enharmonically, G to C sharp and G to D flat is the same pitch enharmonically. It's not the same pitch as such because we are replacing a C by raising it, or we're replacing a D by lowering it. And so here, G to C is a fourth of some sort or other, whereas here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is a fifth of some sort or another, and then we need to describe whether it's perfect or augmented or diminished and so on. And so we always need to have to mind the key signatures for all of the keys, bearing in mind that the lowest key will be the tonic. And so this is where it's a great idea to have your circle of fifths to hand. So do sketch that out. It's always better to write it out for yourself. And again, it's a good idea to do that just so that you get quicker and quicker at it. However, if again you refer to my PDF information sheet, you'll see all of the key signatures here, just so you can check that you're not going astray anywhere. And so it's helpful to have that to hand too. And so let's just have a look at how we describe these intervals. And so here we have from D to G. So we need to bear in mind D is our tonic, and D would have a key signature, D major would have a key signature of F sharps and C sharps. So here we have a 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a fourth of some sort. So that's half of the work done. Now do remember that fourths, fifths and octaves, we don't deal with major or minor. We go straight to, just found my information sheet again. We go straight to perfect. So we have perfect fourths, perfect fifths. And then because the key signature doesn't affect this note at all, it's in line with the major and the minor key signature, it's not been altered D to G is in line with the major and the minor key signature. Nothing's been changed. We know that fourths are perfect, and so that is that interval. Let's move on to the next one. So here we're in the bass clef, and we have an A. Now in A major, the key signature would be F sharps, C sharps, G sharps. So just bear that in mind. That's our tonic now. And we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th of some sort. Now in A major, G is sharpened, and so that is correct. That is in line with the major key signature. That fits in with the major scale pattern. It's a full major interval, and so we know that it's a major 7th. In this next exercise, it does get a little bit tricky because we've now got a more unusual clef to deal with. So let's just take some of the hard work out of that thinking. So we have C, B, A, G, a note F. That's not quite the full story yet. And then we have here, that is middle C. That's our clef C. Now our key signature here is F sharps, C sharps, G sharps, F sharps, C sharps, G sharps. And this is note F, and so actually it's F sharp. We're in the key of F sharp minor here. So here, counting from F sharp, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a 5th. Now F sharp to C sharp would be a perfect 5th. It's quite tricky to think starting on note F sharp, but if we remember, we know that F to C is a perfect 5th, and so F sharp to C sharp moving up parallel by a semitone also shows that that should be the perfect 5th. However, we don't have a C sharp, we have a C natural, so we've gone from F sharp to C sharp, which would be perfect. C natural is actually slightly smaller. We've made the interval smaller. Remember, there's no major or minor. It goes from perfect, and then we diminish that. We've made it smaller. It's a diminished 5th. If you feel confident to just try a few on your own, I would go ahead and do that, or maybe even do so anyway, working in pencil. Then it doesn't matter if you go wrong. You can just erase it out and have another go. It's always better to learn by your mistakes. Otherwise, keep working with me for this page, and then you can perhaps try some on your own in the next chapter. So let's carry on. So again, we're in an unusual clef here that we perhaps don't use very often. So let's just work out what note we're playing. So that's C, D, E, F, G, A, B. And then one above that is C. So we've gone from B to C. We have no key signature to worry about here, but we consider B as our tonic. Now B major would have a key signature of F, C, G, D, A sharps. And actually B minor would have F sharps and C sharps, wouldn't it, as well? Either way, we would need a C sharp. A full step from B to C is only a semitone. A full tone, a full step would be C sharp. So as we've not got the C sharp as an accidental, we've got a C natural, we've got a smaller interval. So we've gone from a major step. Remember, major means greater, minor means smaller. So we've gone from the greater interval to the smaller interval. We've gone from major to minor. And so that is a minor second. Now here we have a key signature of B flats and E flats. And then here we have the note F. So we consider F as our tonic. Now here we have an interval of a 1, 2, 3, 4th. Now from F, we know that there should be a B flat for it to be a perfect 4th. However, we've got a B natural, and so actually we've made that perfect interval bigger by getting rid of the flat and raising it to a natural, and so we've augmented that perfect interval. We've made it bigger, and so we have an augmented 4th here. And then let's move on to the next question. And so here we have a key signature of B flats, E flats, A flats, D flats, G flats, C flats. And then here we have an E flat going to a G flat. 1, 2, 3, that's a third. Now E flat major would have B flats, E flats, A flats. So E flat to G would be the major interval, the greater interval. And actually we've gone to G flat, which is part of the minor scale, and it's a smaller interval. And so we've gone from major to minor. Remember, major means greater, minor means smaller. It's a minor third. And so we can now fully describe that interval there. I hope this is helpful to your studies. Please do like and subscribe to stay updated. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee. And for advert-free lessons, you can become a patron. Do visit my website where you'll find many resources available to help you. Visit sharonbill.com. Thanks for watching. Bye.